Will I ever stop crying over emotionally unavailable men? No. But will I at least stop trying to date them? Also, no.
It's horrendous out there. If I was in my early 30s and I didn't have a child and I wanted a child, I'd be feeling pressure to date somebody and meet somebody and find somebody to settle down with so that I could have a child. For some reason, women have expiration dates and men don't.
To help a friend out. He said her. I would have just said a friend, but whatever.
And I got a text at 9 o'clock to say that they were sorry, but they couldn't make it tonight because I got held up on a trip somewhere. Like, could you not text me 5 hours ago?
Sorry.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So on today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at some modern women who are dating after divorce. Now, I've had a skim through some of these videos. We've got some single mothers, I believe, here. We have some downright psychopathic women, and it's pretty obvious why a lot of these girls are single and divorced. But without further ado, let's just jump right in. As always, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. And let's just take a listen to what they have to say.
Will I ever stop crying over emotionally unavailable men? No. But will I at least stop trying to date them? Also, no. No.
I know.
Right, so let's just go out here. Let's make terrible decisions. Let's complain about them, cry about them on TikTok, and then continue to make them and not change anything. Fantastic. Very level-headed individual.
No.
I know I look rough, I'm just finished an acting job, but I need to say this. I want to preface this by saying that this whole rant has started with this little quote. So I am single. I haven't dated properly or like with an end to being in a relationship with anybody in like 6 years. So I had my son and I just wanted to stay single. I've dedicated my time to him, to my career, to my business. Like that's what makes me happy.
That's what makes her happy. And now we need a man. This is the funny thing about these videos, is none of these girls seem to understand that you have to pick a lane, right? Society has sold them the idea that they can have everything that they want, that they can go out and chase a career, that they don't need no man, that they can raise a kid by themselves. And then when they start to get up in age, they realize, wait a minute, I don't want to be working until I'm 70 years of age. I want a father for my kid. I don't want to be running around doing everything. And then comes the rant of, you know, where are all of the good men? And this is a woman, by the way, who just said that she's dated, she hasn't dated, but she's been single, apparently of her own volition, for 6 years. Now, whenever a girl says that she's been single for a long period of time, guys, that does not typically mean, and by typically I mean a woman is not celibate for that 6 years, is what I'm trying to say here. Like, this is not a girl who found Christ and then has been, you know, her legs have been closed for 6 years. That's not how this works. So this is a girl who's been going, you know, here and there with the chads as a single mother, and now we're 30 and the clock has basically run out.
And I've been very clear about business, like that's what makes me happy. And I've been very clear about that. If I have like dated anybody for fun, that I didn't want a relationship, and they've been fine about it.
Right, so this is a single mother who has been dating people for fun for 6 years. And let's see where this goes.
Obviously. But recently I was like, do you know what? Maybe I do want to get to know somebody a bit better, so I downloaded a dating app. This is where it all goes. Tits up. It's horrendous out there. Now, I know I'm coming from like a privileged position because I already have a child. So if I was in my early 30s and I didn't have a child and I wanted a child, I'd be feeling pressure to date somebody and meet somebody and find somebody to settle down with so that I could have a child. Because for some reason, women have expiration dates and men don't. Like,
yeah, for some reason. It's almost like it's not related to biology at all. She seems to think like it's some sort of societal pressure, right? About how, oh, women have to settle down by a certain age. You literally can't have a child by a certain age, madam. That's why, okay? When you start getting into your 30s and you start having talks about kids and wanting a child, there's a reason why your physiology is telling you to have a kid. It's because by a certain point, much earlier than men, mind you, you can't have the kid anymore. A lot of these women, it's really interesting, they get to like 35 years of age and then they try and rush out a child, and they don't seem to realize that that's literally a geriatric pregnancy. Like, you put not only your own life in danger, but you put the life of the child in danger, and it's just a really, really bad situation to be in. So this is not some arbitrary line that's just placed on women by society. No, this is a very real biological reality that a lot of women don't like, because a lot of these girls, they'd prefer it just to continue forever, right? Have the party years until, you know, Lord knows when, and then settle down with a dude who's stupid enough to actually do it. And the reason why I say it's a stupid decision, guys, I've always thought about it like this, okay? Let's just lowball it and say that this woman has a body count of 20, and I'm lowballing it here. Let's just say she has a body count of 20. The man who comes along to be her forever man is not going to be lucky guy number 21. There's going to be 22 at some point in the future. There's going to be 23, 24, etc. Statistically speaking, you're not going to be that guy who comes along and saves these women, okay? Many of these girls who get to this point in their lives, they don't really want to be saved at all.
Like, a man can literally have babies right through until like 70 or 80. Women's eggs, like, expire. In fact, you're born with all the eggs that you'll ever have, and then with each period, like, you lose an egg, right? So, you know, you're born with all your eggs, and then throughout your life you just progressively lose them. So the chances, like, get smaller and smaller. So there's pressure for women. And since being on that dating app, I have so much compassion and empathy for women who are out there dating. I don't know how you're doing it.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode.
And men, especially the men in your late 30s, early 40s, what are you doing? Like, what is wrong?
Yeah, see, the reason why she's saying this is because these men don't want to date her. These guys who are like late 30s, early 40s, the men that she's looking at, right? The men that she wants to have a relationship, the men that she wants to take her seriously. These guys are sitting there, they've stacked their bread, they've built their life, okay? Let's be honest, the only men that she's looking at are the successful ones, the good-looking ones, right? The average ones she doesn't care about. But these men who have spent the time building their resources, building their lives, who are well-traveled, experienced dudes, who are, you know, put the work in at the gym, whatever. These men are not looking to date divorced single mothers. Now, you can call these men stupid, you can call these men all sorts of different names if it makes you feel any better, but trying to shame these men into a relationship is actually a really bad strategy, because these men will just straight up not listen to you. They're not interested in dating you. And again, guys, like, it's really funny to me how she says that she has empathy for women who are on these dating applications. These women have it like so much easier than men do on dating applications. It is even, you know, it's not funny at all, right? It's like comparing a millionaire to someone who's homeless and then trying to feel compassion for the millionaires because the price of their coffee went up. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, but they fail to see the male experience at all. Right? It's all about me, narcissism, how I feel, how other people perceive me, and that's the end of it. Right? She doesn't even realize, it's not even in her realm to comprehend the experience that men have going on these dating applications. But let's continue with the video.
Like, what is wrong? I'm not even going to touch on the men in their 20s because I'm just going to write them off. Like, they're not ready to settle. If the men in their late 30s aren't ready to settle down, the men in their 20s definitely are not.
So the reason why she writes these dudes off, by the way, is simply because she's not attracted to them. right? That's just the bottom line of it. If you guys look up the research that shows what age brackets women are attracted to, basically until women are at quite a high age, they're going to be attracted to men who are older than them. The reason why is because these dudes are more experienced, right? As much as women say that they want to lead crap, like lead relationships, and they're comfortable doing, no, they don't. They want a dude who's more experienced, and they want a dude who is flat out better than them, right? And in order to be that, typically you have to have years of experience on the woman. That's why she writes off the dudes in her 20s, because these women, they're shooting for guys who are more experienced than them, who are stronger, right, who understand the world better. And these women who are in their 30s, they don't want to date like a slightly younger dude, because, well, he doesn't represent the same things to her, especially if she's looking to settle down.
And okay, yeah, if the men in their late 30s aren't ready to settle down, the men in their 20s definitely are not. And okay, yeah, not all men. I know there's the odd man out there who wants to settle down or whatever. But the majority of men on these dating apps, like... So women, I think it's time that we just focus on ourselves, because the divine feminine is rising. And ironically, it's the Cancer new moon, which is a huge shift in energy.
What? I got a phone notification. I check my phone for 2 seconds, okay? And I come back and this woman's talking about divine femininity. What on earth is she talking about? And like, lunar eclipses or some crap? What are we... You see, this is... It's amazing how these people can get so far in life without getting called crazy. You know, like they'll have discussions with other people about star signs, for goodness sake, and guys will sit across the dinner table and dates from them and be like, oh yeah, that makes so much sense. And then once the dude has had his fun, he's just going to bounce and he's out. Like, these people, they don't get checked on reality. I have no idea what she just said. Let's run that back. What was this?
Majority of men on these dating apps, like... So women, I think it's time that we just focus on ourselves, because the divine feminine is rising. And ironically, it's the Cancer new moon, which is a huge shift in energy.
Right, so I'm just going to ignore the second part of that because it gives me a headache thinking about it. But the first part, the focusing on yourself, madam, the reason why you're in the predicament that you're in currently is because you've only focused on yourself. That's the difference, okay? These women who are 30 plus years of age, who are divorced or single mothers and stuff like that, the reason why they're in this predicament is because they've only focused on themselves, which, again, this is a fine decision. If you want to focus on your career, hey, good luck to you. But men don't care about your money. Your money is not something that benefits men. No man gets more attracted to you because you have $1 million in your bank account. Because men understand that, number one, that's not going to be used on him, really. But number two, who the hell cares? Like, this is something that women care about. They care about the stability, the provision, whatever the hell you want to call it, protection, I guess. But dudes don't care about what's in your bank balance, okay? You can do this if you like. This is something you can focus on yourself, all that you like, you fantastic queen. But the problem is, this is not going to help you attract the dude. You know, you're going to have to look a little bit beyond yourself and have some qualities such as compassion and caring about others if you actually want to attract the dude.
Just start dating yourself, because honestly, these men are just not worth it. These are not the men that Dolly was begging Jolene not to take. I've been dating myself for 6 years and I've never been happier. Come and join me.
You guys.
Oh hell no! That was like a recruitment call to the gullible women that are watching this woman on TikTok. It's really sad because when these women give advice and they talk about their dating lives, they're actually keeping other women single. And I swear to you, they give other women such bad advice. Like, if you take a 35-year-old divorced woman who's a single mother, and she feels as though she's so enlightened and she knows everything, if you take that woman and then give her advice to a younger woman, it'll just ruin the younger woman's chances at dating. Because these women have absolutely no clue. Yeah, you know, focus on yourself, build your career, you queen. Maybe I'm just talking out of my backside here. Let's continue on to the next one. This is going to be great. She's pulling up some texts here for us to look at. That's always fantastic.
Pathetic.
While you're enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe to me and our fellow Fiend Gang members. You can find their channels linked in the video description. If you like my videos, make sure you go check out Warg the Detective, Hidan the Mummy, and Locke the Bounty Hunter, and subscribe to their channels in the description down below. Now back to the video.
This dude is legit playing with my feelings. He's just leading me on. So if you saw my last video, you know that this dude asked me out on a date. He asked me when I was free, and I told him I'm only free this weekend, and then like I'm going to Mexico on Monday, and then I won't be back for another month, right? He said great, and he said if I was free tomorrow and if I wanted to go grab lunch. I said for sure. He asked me what I wanted to eat, and I said I'm down for anything. And that was at approximately like 3:40. I checked, and at 10:20 today, the same day, I get this text. So I completely forgot that I have to go to Jersey around noon tomorrow to help a friend out. He said her.
I am trying so hard to care, but I just don't. Like, again, it is something astonishing to me how people post their dating lives online and expect other people to care about it. Like, that is something that is such a foreign concept to me that I genuinely don't understand it. And it's straight up embarrassing. And the thing is, if a dude comes across this, okay, let's just say this guy that she's talking to comes across this video, number one, he'll instantly know that she's crazy. But number two, let's just say he came across it and she was talking about another dude. He would know what a big red flag that is, because he would understand that soon he would be spoken about. Like, no dude wants to date a woman where all of their private affairs are posted all over TikTok. It's really silly. It's like, this is some high school crap, honestly.
I would have just said a friend, but whatever. And I said, you're such a nice friend. Don't worry about it. What the f? He said, when you come back, I'm down to get together. Are you though? Are you? Just know, if he wanted to, he would. The dude that came and dropped off my air bar at literally 2 o'clock in the morning came to see me on Friday for 10 minutes. Legit, 10 minutes before going to Atlantic City for the weekend. Keep in mind, this dude lives approximately 20 minutes away from me, and then he had to go to the city to pick up his friend. Keep in mind, I'm like further down from the city, so like he literally had to go like from his house to me back to the city. And he only saw me for 10 minutes. And not only that, but he wants to see me tomorrow night, like after he comes back.
Yeah, so again, watched another 30 seconds, still do not care. But the thing is, when she's posting this video, all she's doing is advertising. What she's essentially showing you is that if she's attracted to you, she'll do whatever, right? So here we have a video where it looks like she's complaining about the dude, like, oh, look at this guy, he sucks, you know, he's not being considerate, blah blah blah, he lives 20 minutes away, he's only seeing me for short amounts of time, he's putting in no effort. But she's still responding to all of his messages, she still wants to get with him. And here's the problem, okay, is you have these women who say, well, we want a nice man, right? I want a guy who's nice to me, who treats me well. And then they exhibit behaviors of this woman right here, where they chase dudes who don't give a crap about them. So men are sitting here watching this, right? Men have been sold this idea that all you have to do is be nice, be respectful, etc. And then they sit here and they watch these women continually chase the dudes who don't give a crap about them. And men start to put two and two together and say, well, why would I put in the effort? And the answer is, well, you know, there isn't really any reason to put in effort in a lot of these cases. Like, why would you put effort into this woman when she's demonstrating that she doesn't even need it? I'm going to skip to the next video because I'm so damn bored, but it's just really silly. She's basically just advertising herself as someone who has very little self-respect, honestly. But let's continue to the next video here.
I can do it tonight, but instead I am in my comfies and I got a Chinese. So
I just want to let you guys know that that's not me that's inserted the piano. She has put the sad piano music over her own video, by the way.
I had a first date. It went really well. Made plans to meet up for a second date tonight. Texted earlier on, like said, was still on. Everything was fine. So I got myself ready, done my hair all pretty, done my makeup all pretty, and I feel so stupid. Waited and waited. And I got a text at 9 o'clock to say that they were sorry, but they couldn't make it tonight because I got held up on a trip somewhere. Like, could you not text me 5 hours ago? Could you not have messaged like even 2 hours ago and said, really sorry, I got held up, can't make it tonight? No, just waited till 9 o'clock and was like, sorry, laughing face, can't make it tonight. Haha, so funny. What is wrong with people?
Yeah, see, guys, I'm a firm believer, by the way. The reason why men are doing this to these women is because they don't care. It is going to be my stab in the dark here, okay? My belief, guys, if people don't show up for things, if people cancel things on you, if people screw you around, that just means that they don't prioritize whatever it is that you have organized with them. They don't care enough about showing up, okay? If you have a girl who tries to rearrange a date, she's a waste of time. If you have a dude who tries to, you know, who cancels like a bunch of things, he doesn't care about you. He's not interested in taking you seriously. You're just option number 4 for that evening, and a better one turned up, so that's where he's gone. It really is quite simple. People try and lie about this all the time, which is really astounding to me. But when people prioritize things, they show up for them. It's really that simple. And a lot of these women, they struggle because they're divorced or they're single mothers or they're 30 plus years of age. And this is like the first time in their lives that they've experienced not being someone's top priority. And I say that, right, because, well, there are, you know, there's obviously been Chads who have not prioritized them the whole time. But, you know, it's a struggle, right? Because they want to be, they want to be Chad's top #1 option, but that's never really going to happen. And, you know, it's par for the course, guys. But anyway, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. And guys, don't forget to take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.